Well, a very good morning to you, guys, girls. How are you? All good, I hope. Thank you for joining me here once again on Jetstream TV. Twitch.tv, we're live from the UK. It's Tim's a pilot. I'm going to be flying the Ryanair 737 MAX today, just a short hop from London's Luton airport up to Manchester. We've got real world weather set. Let's get ready to fly. Real world weather is set. Real time, we'll just double check that very quickly. Yeah, real time live weather. Local time here is 11:37. That's Greenwich Mean Time with the standard summer saving hours, 1 hour ahead, etc. Get rid of these initially. Right, all good. So the FMC has been programmed. We'll just make a few tweaks here in the cockpit before we go. Okay, that's the let's zoom out on the ND range so we can see our track. There is our track. That's our route up to Manchester today. We'll keep it there for now. All good. So let's get configured for departure. We'll keep it at 10,000 for now. We will bring it up to 250 knots for departure. That's all good. We'll have the auto throttle armed. We have the flight director selected. That's all good. VS mode. We'll select 2,500 feet for our departure. Here is our route now. I'll explain all that in a minute. Just a quick check on the FMC. Make sure there's no inconsistencies on the flight plan. We need to change and modify the cruise altitude as well. So first off, we'll go, is it RTE? Echo Golf Golf Whiskey, which is Luton, to Echo Golf Charlie Charlie to Manchester. That's all good. Flight level 380, we'll change that to 320. Select that, execute that, that's all good. Go to the legs page. Okay, there's our departure. Next page. Rodney, Buzzard, Olney, Welling, Akupa, Timpo, Elvos, which is the arrival into Manchester today. We're on a Elvo 1 mic. All good. MCT and runway 23 right. So no inconsistencies on the flight plan. Everything is set here. We are ready to go. Check a couple of views, ensure that the flaps are set for departure, and then we're ready to go. 4 minutes into the stream, guys. Thank you so much indeed for your company today. Well, there it is, the 737 MAX Ryanair. Beautiful clear day over London today. The weather is really favourable, perfect for flying. Looks like we've got some clouds off to the north, so we'll check everything for our arrival into Manchester. But as far as I'm concerned, we are pretty much ready to go. Cabin crew seats for departure, please. Thank you. Our flaps configured for departure. That's all good. Okay, without further ado, let's get going. Ready to go? Ready when you are. Okay, let's go. 3, 2, 1, now. Throttle's coming up. Engine stable and rising. Everything looking good. Parking brake off.
V1.
V1. Rotate. just through V2, it's a positive rate. Gears coming up. As we see the aircraft shadow off to our right hand side as we depart from Luton, throttling back the engines now to 70% N1, and we'll get the autopilot in. Autopilot command A set, and we will select LNAV for our departure. That should give us a subtle turn to the left, which it's doing nicely. Vertical speed mode selected, and that's 2,500 feet per minute. IAS is on, the auto throttle is engaged, flight director engaged, everything is good for departure. Wonderfully clear day here over Luton, departing out to the west initially. We are on a Rodden 1 Bravo departure from runway 25 at Luton today. We get them flaps in, and that's already been done by the co-pilot. For some reason on this aircraft, it does things on its own. I'm used to manually configuring the aircraft for departure, etc. And there's some setting on this aircraft where the autopilot or the first officer, whatever the AI does, brings the flaps up at certain speeds and things like that. I prefer to do that manually, but hey, you can't have it all. Luton is just a distant memory off in the background there, you can barely make out the runway. There it is, just off the tail, as we head out on our journey to Manchester on this beautifully clear day. There is some cloud off in the distance, not the end of the world. We'll increase our speed, passing 10,000, and the cruise today is 320, so we'll get up there as fast as we possibly can. Save any messing about. Get us up to Manchester as quickly as possible. 8,500 feet now, soon to be passing 10. We'll increase our Mach. You see the throttles coming forward. 300 knots set. Auto throttle should be doing its thing. Yeah, that's rising very nicely. Climbing 2,500 feet per minute. We'll keep it at that, and we'll change our altitude now as we make a subtle right turn. And let's get up to our cruise. Three, 2, 0. Call sign for today's flight is Ryanair 1802. So 15 knot crosswind as we make a right turn heading direct Buzzard on our departure. As you can see there, 14 nautical miles inbound. Current time is around about 10 to 11 in the morning, and we are currently 360 miles per hour on the ground speed, passing through 10,000 feet now. So our departure today out of Luton took us out to the west, and then we're now turning back. We'll just go onto the map very quickly. Yeah, so there's Luton where we departed. We headed out west to Henley, and then Rodney. We are making a right hand turn now to Buzzard, and then tracking northwesterly up through central England, more or less a direct line until we meet our arrival point, sorry, at Elvos, and then descending down over Trent and Stoke, etc., and then into Manchester. Yeah, there's Buzzard, making a left turn very shortly. There's our left turn now at Buzzard. Wonderfully clear, perfect day for flying this, but as you can see, as we track north, there is some clouds off in the distance there. Just about make them out on the horizon. So we've got, well, it doesn't even seem to be any kind of weather as we arrive, but there will be some cloud that we'll pass through on our arrival into Manchester. And a continuous left turn now. As we climb up through the levels. Uh, 300 knots, perfect. Saying that we're stuck at 10,000, I don't really know why. Oh, that'll be why. So, again, it's got a mind of its own, this aircraft. So we are now reconfiguring the aircraft to climb at 2,500 feet per minute on VS speed. IAS is still set for 300, auto throttle and flight director engaged, all good. As we track direct to Olney now, 10 nautical miles inbound, need to be reaching 320 on the cruise. Just zoom out on the ND range. There you can see our full flight track. I love the approach into Manchester. It's always very nice, especially depending on which direction you're coming from. If you're coming in from the south or the east, very, very lovely views over the Peak District and the Glossop Valley just before arrival, before heading over Stockport for finals for 2-3. Love that approach, and no matter what the weather, even if it's misty, claggy, clouds, or even on a beautifully clear day like this, but this should make for some lovely viewing of the Peak District on the way in. Just have to double check that our arrival and the track takes us out that way. Should make for very nice viewing off the pilot view from the cockpit on the arrival. We'll manage the descent shortly. We're not going to be in the sky very long at all. It's not a great distance to fly this one today. See how we're doing on that ascent. 16,4320, steadily climbing. just check the map for managing descent purposes. Lots of aircraft around, but nothing conflicting at the moment. I'm just going to zoom into 100 nautical miles to MCT. Yeah, and then you can see we track out to the northeast of Manchester over the Glossop Valley, make a turn, and then back down for 2-3. Going to get some wonderful views on the way in today. It's normally around about 7,000 feet on reaching Dane on the arrival, and Trent. We'll check the FMC for that so we can manage the descent perfectly on the way in. But I'm going to start the descent at Elvos for 32,000, and then we'll manage it on the way in around about 100 nautical miles away from Manchester. We will just very quickly check the FMC, which will give us more detailed information regarding where we need to be and at what flight levels. So 16,000 feet at Trent, 20,000 by Elvos. Well, probably begin our descent a little bit before Elvos if we need to be at 20,000 feet, but on reaching. Next page, Trent 16,000, Cushy 13,000, and Dane 8,000 feet. So it's a pretty standard arrival, one that I've done dozens of times before, so I roughly know the altitudes, and you'll notice as well on the way in at MCT and in 1-2 USR is all 3,500 feet, no lower than that because of the high ground in the Peak District on the arrival when we make our base turn for runway 23. Then we can gradually bring the altitude down as we come away from the high ground in the Peak District on our arrival. I hate the way the view defaults to that stupid top of the cockpit thing. It is what it is. Lovely day for flying. Not going to be in the cruise very long at all, literally minutes before we begin the descent. Hurtling north towards Manchester now. Two, 3-0, heading direct. Timpo. And we're coming up on Elvos really quickly, guys. Change the ND range there. Nautical miles range. We're about 20 nautical miles away from Elvos at 24,000 feet. So what we'll actually do is we won't get up to the cruise today because we're not going to make it at all. I'm just going to decrease that now to 20,000. We'll have a slow managed descent to Elvos. We need to be at 20,000 feet for Elvos. So we'll bring that down to 20,000 for reaching Elvos, and in the minus to bring it down to that, so we're at 25,000 feet now. Now we go into the minus. The needle drops into the descent here now on the PFD. Descend at about 1,000 feet per minute. That should be absolutely bang on the money for Elvos. We're about 5, 7, 8 nautical miles away. Increase our descent rate ever so slightly, so we get to 20,000 feet on reaching Elvos. Back and check on that in a second. Elvos, then TNT, which is Trent, Stoke-on-Trent area. Very clear, no cloud to talk of whatsoever. In fact, I don't think we're going to hit any cloud. I think it's going to be lovely and clear all the way down to Manchester. 20 minutes into the stream here now. Thank you very much indeed for joining me. Tim's a pilot live from the UK on twitch.tv. and you can also watch this episode where we upload our content from all of our gaming to Jetstream TV on YouTube. Please be sure to come along, give us a subscribe, it doesn't cost you anything. The occasional like always helps, and love to read your comments, and it's really great to have your support. I've noticed lately, because I've been doing a lot of shorts on YouTube, it really helps with traction and it gets people's attention. I've had quite a few subscribers in the last couple of weeks, which is really great. Thank you so much indeed for coming along and being a part of the channel. I would like to say the community. So yes, thank you so much indeed for dedicating your time and coming along to support us on these flights. Right, without further ado and with less waffling, let's check our track. Okay, we are at Elvos at 22,000, slightly higher than the profile. Where's next? Back a page on the legs page there. And 16,000 feet next for Trent, which we will configure now. In fact, we'll go straight down to 13 by Coochie, which isn't far away at all, and we'll bring our descent rate down much more than we are doing currently, otherwise we ain't going to get there in time. So we'll bring it down at 4,000 feet per minute. That should get us down to Coochie. Coochie? How do you say that? Ooshie? Ooshie Coochie? 4,000 feet on the descent now. And down through 19. So we should be at 13,000 on reaching Coochie there. Going to step away from the cockpit, guys. I'll leave you with the ASMR view off the nose of the aircraft. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Oh, excuse me guys, terrible throat at the moment. Now that's clear, we can crack on. Coffee time. There's our left turn at Trent, Coochie. Now Trent making a left turn now. We are at 13,000 feet, which is absolutely perfect where we need to be. Where's next? 8,000 feet by Dane, which is not too far away. So without further ado, as we make our left turn at Trent to Coochie, we will bring the aircraft down even further now on our managed descent into Manchester to 8,000 feet. And then the next iteration of the descent will be just after we make our right hand turn at MCT out towards the Peak District, where we will descend even further to 3,500. Just coming through 10,000 feet now for 8,000 on reaching Dane. Absolutely perfect where we need to be, the correct flight level for our arrival into Manchester, as the countryside over Macclesfield, etc., and Stoke-on-Trent beneath us starts to reveal itself as the aircraft descends and gets lower to the ground. This is going to make for some beautiful viewing on the way into Manchester, guys. It really, really is. Wonderful stuff. Just might modify this view ever so slightly. What do you think? No. No, I don't like that. Keep it as is. Need to slow the aircraft now to 250 knots. There is our left turn at Dane. 8,000 feet in the bag. Coming down to 3,500 feet now. 3,500 feet is set. And 250 knots as we're below 10,000 now. For some reason the aircraft descended really quickly below 8,000 feet there, but that actually served us really well. But you've got to keep on top of these things, so I've just set it to at not vertical speed and to maintain the height, and it's now slowly bringing us back up to 3,500 before we hit any high ground over the Peak District. So we're around Stoke-on-Trent here on the arrival now, as we just track north towards MCT, so we'll be flying directly over the top of the airport and then swinging out to the east. Coming up to the half-an-hour point on the stream now. Thank you very much indeed for your company again here at Jetstream TV on YouTube, twitch.tv live from the UK with Tim's a pilot. There is Manchester Airport just to the right of the screen now as we bank right heading direct MCT. 3,500 feet, no, shouldn't be any issue at all for departures and arrivals. Just check very quickly for any traffic in the vicinity. Oh yes, we do have some, but nothing that's a direct conflict right now. As you can see, we're heading direct MCT, there is the airport, then we're swinging out to the northeast. Fly over the top of Manchester. There's a better view of the airport for you guys. There's a city of Manchester off in the distance, all the skyscrapers and the Hilton Hotel. As we make our north-easterly turn now over Manchester. Leave the airport behind and tracking out over Stockport now. You can see the high ground of the Peak District directly ahead. There's runway 23 left and 23 right. The two air traffic control towers down at Manchester and some aircraft parts on the ground. Stockport County's football ground just under the right hand wing there. Heading out over Stockport now, and the M60 motorway just off to the left hand side, at the bottom left hand side of the screen. And here we are now approaching the Peak District and the Glossop Valley. Could do with a screenshot around here, makes for lovely viewing. Oh, that's rather nice, isn't it, with the glare? Lovely. One screenshot there. There will be a delay on the video, guys, but I need a thumbnail for YouTube. And there is the high ground that we need to be at 3,500 feet to avoid as we pass over the dams of the Peak District and the lovely lakes. Wonderful scenery. We'll have one screenshot off the nose as we come over this reservoir now. Screenshot, thank you very much. External for another screenshot. 3, 2, 1. Screenshot. Oh no, didn't mean that. Screenshot taken. And back to the view that we need. Right, going to descend us to 2,500 feet now as we're clearing the high ground just as we go over this ridge.
2,500.
In fact, we'll make that 2,000 feet. And we'll slow the speed to 200 knots for the approach. Perfect. And as we see the skyscrapers again of Manchester city centre just coming into view to the centre of the screen now. We'll continue our left hand turn and then descend over Stockport. There is the huge reservoirs of United Utilities there that services the majority of Manchester with water. I'm levelling off now for the approach to the localiser at 2-3 right for Manchester. Very clear, beautiful. We've not encountered one cloud en route today. Lovely spring day here in the UK. Right, going to start configuring the aircraft for our arrival. Get some flaps in. We'll have flaps 1. Flaps 5. Slowing us down sufficiently. Just make sure we're coming down where we need to be. Yeah, descending ever so slightly to 2,000 feet. You can see our track there now. Just come on to the ND range. Increase that ever so slightly for the arrival. You can see we're making a right hand turn very shortly down for Manchester. And we'll be hand flying the aircraft for the approach today, with a subtle right turn now heading over Stockport. And you can see aircraft lights off in the distance. There's an aircraft on finals in front of us now. Gears coming down. There are the two runways of Manchester ahead of us. There we are, runway 23 left, runway 23 right. Time to get the remainder of the flaps in now. With Manchester city centre off the right wing here. We are fully configured. We get those speed brakes in as well just to assist, slowing us down. Back to the cockpit. Oh, we're a bit high, right. Auto throttle off. Autopilot disengaged. And bringing the nose of the aircraft down, guys. We've left this late on the approach. We're going to have to shave some speed off here. In fact, we'll do a circling. We'll do a circling approach. We'll just do a left turn. Get some of that altitude off. Get rid of them speed brakes now. Hand flying the aircraft now. Doesn't seem to be any traffic in the vicinity, so we're okay to just do this for a visual. Yeah, we've got another aircraft coming in on finals. We'll keep our eye out for him. Continue this turn round, and then we'll be back on finals at the correct altitude for Manchester. Yeah, we'll just slot in behind this guy, I think. That's perfect. Shouldn't be any issues at all. He's off to the left hand side. Just bring the aircraft round. And joining the pattern. There's a runway. Traffic in front of us, no issue. They'll be well down by the time we arrive. Just bringing the speed brakes back in. $2,500 checked. Cabin crew, seats for landing, please. Thank you. Seats for landing. Still a bit high, but it's okay, we'll get rid of that. Shave some of that altitude off now. Thousand feet checked. Check. 500 check.
400.
400.
300.
Checked.
200.
Checked. Decision is to land. Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
And on the ground safely at Manchester, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much indeed for flying Jetstream TV, Ryanair 1802, vacating to the right when able. Get them flaps in, we don't need them anymore. Speed brakes are disconnected as we have a jet taxiing in front of us now. We'll follow that jet in and we'll get a stand next to where they are. 44 minutes into the stream now, guys. Thank you so much indeed. And we are now here at Manchester, just about to park up at the gate. With a 737 MAX coming out as well, we'll keep our eye on him, see where he's going on the taxiways. We'll have a screenshot of that, that's rather nice, isn't it? And we'll take that gate directly ahead of us, guys. We'll get the jet bridge extended, get the passengers off. I think we'll just leave it there for now, guys. Bear with me 2 minutes. Just switch views here. Speak to ground. The jetway extended ground services. West jetway connection, there we go. And there we have it, guys, all connected up on the ground, ready for the passengers to depart. And that could well be a screenshot right there, guys, because that's rather lovely, wouldn't you say? Very nice indeed. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that all day. Screenshot to end the stream today, guys and girls. Thank you very much indeed for joining us here at Jetstream TV. Twitch.tv live from the UK as always, and it's Tim as a pilot bidding you a safe onward journey. Until the next time, we'll see you on the next flight. Look after yourselves. Take care. Bye for now.